Alrighty, here we go. It is time for session 10 already. Can you believe it? I have no idea how long this game is, so I have no idea how many sessions we're gonna have. But, we'll find out when the credits roll, I guess. But before we get down to it, today's sponsor is absolutely nobody, because who the hell would ever sponsor me? You know, as John Waters so famously put it, I have always wanted to sell out, but nobody ever wanted to buy me. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What were we doing? Let's see. Yeah, last time we used the laser eye and some napalm to blast open a fortified wall, and the operation didn't really work. We caused like so much collateral damage and whatnot that the the path through was not traversable, and also looks like Brian is back, but a little bit more robotic than he used to be. So he's rocking a cool, cyber arm now. Yeah, this is what we tried to do, and it didn't really work. And oh yeah, we do have our ethics meter currently maxed out, so that's nice. We're as good as we can be, so that's handy. Also, let's get the pause when inactive setting off there, so I can actually tab away and not pause the game. And then, all right. Yeah, we've been getting hounded by, well, the hound units, actually. But hey, for now at least, we get to go into the town of Diana. Maybe we'll actually get to buy some new weapons. We have a great big pile of money that we haven't been able to use in ages. Good, good. We've been waiting a long time for the Liberation Army to arrive. All right. The Empire's officials strongly discouraged us from venturing outside of our homes. Life got boring cooped up in here all the time. I bet it did. Everyone wants peace, but fighting the Empire requires too great of a sacrifice. Don't you think we should at least consider whatever solution the Empire is proposing? Their solutions mostly involve, like genocide and ethnic cleansing and, that sort of thing. So, we've been trying to get away from that. Obviously, yeah, saving for the ultimate sword that will one-shot everything. That, something like that sure would be nice. I haven't been particularly fond of outfitting the Empire's army. Other than a sale being a sale, I much prefer selling weapons to our own Liberation Army. Alright, well, let's see. We got, 18,561 shells currently, because this world uses shells as currency. Alright, what do we get here? Bastard Sword. Alright, Chaos Edge. We can actually... we found one of those. This sword actually has a 2-space range to it. But the name sounded sketchy, so I didn't want to use it. Claymores, Battle Axe, Tiger Claws, Rip Howling. We can buy, Tridents and Dragoon Spears. Okay. Which is... Who's buying? We're gonna, I guess, outfit our knights. The Dragoon Spear is 2 points stronger than the Trident. So, kind of... I don't know if it's necessarily worth the $2,000 for or $1,200 for 2 attack power. Also, we haven't got... I think that Battle Axe is the same axe. Yeah, the same 14 power axe that Dan's been using the whole game is still all we have access to. Jeddah does need a weapon upgrade, though, for sure. Absolutely grab him a trident. No. We will also sell off his old javelin. Yep. And his old chrome lance. This is just completely irrelevant. Also, does... Yeah, we've never seen weapon upgrades for the healers. Not that it matters, because they actually cannot use the attack command. Let's see. Yeah, two extra power. Let's see. All right. She can actually use the Chaos Edge. She can't use claymores. Maybe we will actually let Royce use that. Also, make sure everybody has adequate supplies on hand. Yeah, patrol packs, yes please. These are the rations, food packs. I want to make sure everybody has adequate healing items on hand, especially since I don't know when we're going to get to buy more of these. You know, patrol packs. Thank you, come again. We also got to decide who is going to sit out, actually, because I do want to put our new guy on the roster, and he was filling in the slot left by Brian's temporary absence. I believe you'll find that most of the townspeople consider Bart Balthacus a demon. His subordinates acted cocky most of the time. Whenever Bart passed through, they couldn't stop kissing his ass long enough to express our needs and concerns. Are you people really from the Liberation Army? If so, please help us. The soldiers from Bart's army have seized a number of our divinity school students and are holding them hostage. I wonder what they hope to gain. Give us a few more details. Let me do the explaining. Oh, hello, Mr. Robot. I am a teacher at the divinity school. My name is Shim Ems. That's an odd name. I'm actually. My students have been kidnapped by a detachment that you cut off from their retreating army. They have occupied our church and are demanding that the Liberation Army leave town. What do you say? I don't trust these renegades. I will fight to save the children. Please help me. If you can help me save the students, I will support the liberation movement. You say you will support us, but are you just a teacher? Do you even have a weapon? I mean, he's a robot, so he probably has, like, laser eyes and stuff. Delete life memory. Memory deleted. Main memory section saved. Battle unit activated. I am Shim Ems. I was designed to serve as an instrument of war. I will lead the students to safety through the back of the church. Please try to distract the enemy's attention toward the front of the church. Leave it to us. Alright. Attention, renegade soldiers of the former Balformian occupation army of Commodore Bart. This town is now under the jurisdiction of the Republic of Arcadia. Release the hostages immediately, lay down your arms, come forward, and surrender. The hell you say? You're the people who will be laying down arms and surrendering, unless you don't care whether these children live or die. Oh, teacher, I just knew you would return for us. Quickly, everyone, follow me. What? A concealed door? So, now your bargaining chips are gone. What happens next? Hell, I guess we'll just have to kill you first, then go hunt down all of those who betrayed us. Slay the ringleaders, and the others will surrender. Yes, take out the 4 troopers. Okay, nice and easy. Zen fix, alright, couple of Grand Pegasi, and oh. So, a couple of other idiots, but okay, yeah. Pretty straightforward, just kill the leaders type of situation. And thankfully we have a nice clear objective, so we actually know what we're supposed to do. 15 damage. Okay, I think he got, like, high rolled there. Yeah, actually. Having, Oh! Rip. Yes. Maximum ethics. There we go. And yeah, this fight's only going to take 2 turns, because we're going to, you know, the troopers are going to advance forward. We'll kill about half of them this round, and then we'll mop up the other half next round. So they'll, like, most enemies are not even going to get a second turn. Now, thankfully, the troopers have a lot of mobility and are highly aggressive. Can't quite get to the back line this round, but we will, can we? And you need to ooh. Oh, hey, yeah. Nice. But yeah, Brian has a whole new battle sprite. Very nice. And yeah, for you to commence brick farming, or you could also do book farming to get ahead of the next class. Just get another 225 of each book, ready to go. They really are. Like the fighter book raid isn't bad, other than the fact that it has an invincibility, pause button. What, every 20%, 25%, something like that. So you're constantly getting throttled. The other two are absolutely cancerous, though. Honestly, I think the Bard raid is the worst of the three. That one is like just absolute cancer. Alright, round 2. Alright, we will send... Alright, in slice. Delete this Ken Trooper. Alright, the other trooper will probably step up and use Quadra Slice on Ein. I mean, it seems like every single round on... Oh, Moranius was injured, so he went for Moranius. Seems like, yeah, on, yeah, the Bard raid, it, like, almost every round, it's doing some uncancelable special attack that has to be guarded because it does, like, 2,400% damage to everybody. So, like, how are you supposed to stop it from getting buffs if you have to guard every single turn? Well, look for yourself, scum. Whoa. Someone takes the... Oh, yeah. Which, yeah, if you do, like, a 5-chain, or actually even a 4-chain, during the phases where you're not supposed to use charge attacks, then, yeah, he just does that and then some to everybody. So, yeah, hope you didn't want to get your Fated Chain bar up during that phase. And level up for Eris. And level up for Moranius. Level up for Dan. And Connolly, not that we're ever going to use Connolly. Or I love how he gets the like 40 hit trigger. Specifically the 40 hits from normal attacks trigger during his tank encounter, while he has the tank encounter buff. So you have to just get yourself obliterated by counterattacks in order to clear that trigger, unless you can just siete it away. Until recently, I ran a business in Luxadol. From what I've been hearing, I must warn you, Cobalt is making no secret of the fact that he has a special strategy for winning the war. That strategy is end the world, last I checked. Okay, well that was... is there anything else in this town? I guess something will happen when we pop back out to the world map. War crimes, ho! And if there's no one left alive to prosecute you, then it's not a war crime. Operation Magenta Mirage failed, and the road to Luxadol hovered just out of our grasp. But the Empire's stranglehold on the Scudelian Peninsula was disintegrating before our eyes. What had started out as a small ray of resistance was turning into a huge beacon of hope. Area 9, Roaring Simba. In response to the Arcadian Liberation Army's dramatic gains, Cobalt's occupation government submitted a frantic request for military reinforcements. But the Balformian Senate on the mainland refused to commit additional assets to the region. The Senate declared bluntly that it was urging an alternative solution to the rebellion. When he received the official response, Cobalt is rumored to have actually smiled, believing this meant the Senate had acquiesced to his de facto status as Emperor of Scudelia. This marked the commencement of Operation Roaring Simba, the siege of the Arcadian cities. In Belclad, the provisional government debated options for ensuring peace and security. Meanwhile, life for me remained business as usual, wallowing in the blood and gore of battle. Flush with our victories, albeit incomplete, Tusk and Cobalt did not concern me at the moment. Rather, I opted to forge ahead with enthusiasm, riding on a crest of optimism. Relishing our successes while I could before the Liberation Army assigned our next mission. A sense of anticipation, along with a pleasant voyage, rocked me gently across the waves. Yeah, he's got robots to do the essential industry, so he doesn't need people. He can just outsource everything to AI. Alright, Guerrilla Unit 3, I have some more good news. What, are we sailing to a tropical isle filled with wild women pouring endless beer and wine? Not exactly. However, as a direct result of your successes on the battlefield, Belclad is hosting our first national convention to draft a constitution. Topics of discussion will include interspecies equality and other proposed doctrines. Meanwhile, the Liberation Army will step up its pressure against the Balformian Empire. Yeah, I've noticed that there is frequently no time passage between chapters. Even when there appears to be some kind of time skip happening in the narrative. There was like one chapter gap where the calendar actually advanced a month or two, And that was like between chapter 1 and 2. And that was the only actual time skip. Which for us translates to more fighting, right? Exactly. So call out your unit. I'm ready to bring everyone up to speed on our latest mission. Damn, it's cold here. I've heard of this place. An island long known as the Graveyard with No Tombstones. Oh. Condemned criminals have been exiled here for centuries. So it's Australia. The howling storms are said to be the screams of the dead who've been denied eternal sleep. Well, we appear to have enemies afoot. Is that a Balformian patrol sent to stop us? No, I believe this group may be searching for something else. My guess is these troops are probing for dragon remains. Intelligence reports that a cargo dragon production facility may be operating on this island. If you kill the 2 mages in command, the others will scatter. Alright, nice and easy. Alright, we just gotta get to those Althea mages in the back. Past all the robots. Okay. I do want to drop a quick save state. Just to be sure. Since we didn't get to save since the last battle. Let's send a few units up this way to kind of draw enemy fire. Yeah, the mages are not too keen on moving just yet. Meanwhile, our flyers are going to go out and around. Alright. Alright, let's give these guys something worth targeting. Actually, stop right. I probably should have been over one more space. Whatever. There we go. And these owls are just not really worth worrying about. Even Jenny only takes 8 damage, and her defense is pretty not great. We may have to kill a few of these robots. Oh, no, we won't. Even Royce only takes 4 damage. And she's one of the, flimsiest units on the team. Are these robots actually going to try to intercept us over here? Nope. Oh. Oh no, 3 whole damage. Though I do wanna... And now this one, yeah, we'll go in and hit Brian for nothing. 7 damage, okay. Yeah. So let's see here. The mages are all the way down there. Okay. All right. Almost a one-shot, but not quite. Alright, Airbolt, oh no's. This is gonna do what, like 9 damage or something? 15 damage, okay. Let's see. He's. You guys can dogpile Brian all you want. It's not going to make any difference. So I've got a Remake 3 sitting in my pocket that I'm just waiting to cash in. And the battle should be over next round anyway. We'll clean up the wounded mage, and then we'll demolish the other one. Hey, bud. You're a good boy. And my dog just plopped down into his bed. I mean, Moranius has enough HP, I'm not worried about him. Yeah. And he also just takes no damage from that anyway, so whatever. And the other mage just did not want to participate. Interesting. Alright. So, first things first. This mage needs to just die. Bonk. Really? Really, game? How much lightning res? Oh, yeah, they're mages. They have mega resistance to everything. No surprise there. Won't. There we go. We take those. Alright. And Jetta can clean up the other one. There we go. Easy peasy. Alright, mission accomplished. 700 bucks. 25 XP. 99 XP on Royce, really? Oh, nice level up for Jenny there, and Arya. And Richard, who we've never used. Also, coincidentally, we happen to be here in the, the ice zone on Christmas Eve. We'll also back that up with a save state. Alright, and alright, we'll go deal with these dumb Pegasi. Ah, well, you look at that. A well-preserved dragon is frozen into the ice. That one appears to be in good enough shape to be reanimated into a cargo dragon. Heads up, team. The enemy has spotted us. What? How in the hell did the Liberation Army slip in here without anyone noticing? Damned rebels. Stop them. Our main objective is to take control of the base without destroying it in the process. Evade the soldiers and maneuver toward the front gate. Brut Pegasus. Alright, so we got 2 new enemies there. As well as the low-level gunners, and the Zanes are completely irrelevant. The guns are not irrelevant. Even the low-tier guns can do some damage. So, alright, now we're gonna have the question of how many units do we have to actually move up to the gate to score the win? Like, can we just sneak our flyers in the back, or do we have to, like, move the whole unit there? We'll, 47 attack power on those guys. We're gonna have to kill the 2 Pegasi for, party safety. is it? We'll keep our healers like safely a space behind. And oops. All right. All right, we got these two idiots down here we're gonna have to deal with. Bonk. Ooh, they have some defense. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, they run right past Jeddah to go hit Brian. No surprise there. It'll actually take a couple of clean hits to bring these guys down. Or, you know, we just blast them with a special attack and delete them instantly. That's also an option. Alright, come on, Jenny. You can do 7 damage, I hope. Oh! Or she can do 0. By the way, I showed you all my KMR funeral video back in the day, right? You know, since he's now stepping down completely from Shuka games. Okay, yeah, making sure. Since that old video suddenly became relevant again. There we go. Hey, Royce hits level 40. Very nice. Alright, Chris, finish this idiot off, please. Alrighty. Alright, we can leave the Zanes alive for the sake of minimizing our kill count. We may need to kill a few of the guns though to clear a proper path and not get shot to ribbons. Alright, Brian being down a couple of hit points, they will... the Zanes especially, you know, everything's gonna try to target him to the extent that it's possible for them to do so. Let's see, you get minus 20 defense going out here. I don't think there's like a difference in mobility from one terrain, like the actual road versus the rough. Alright, I do not want to send Shane out just yet. I am gonna have... How much punishment can Brian really take is the question. I can also just have Jetta delete one of these guns, which actually seems like a pretty good idea. In fact, I assume these guys have exactly 60 HP, specifically so they can be one-shotted by Jetta's Bolt Breath. Oh, Jenny is actually Not really feeling it right there. Da, 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 actually, wait. I want one of the guns to take a turn before I let Shane go that far up, because he might get massacred if I'm not careful. Chris can move up though. Yeah, all right. Okay, good. This will make Ein a prime target as well. Alright, that's the Zane. Or the gun. Okay. Alright, the gun goes. Bonk. 9 damage. Who cares? Alright, now I'll move Shane all the way up here. I'm a little worried about that Zane in the back. That it might go for one of the healers. But I think, because Brian's in range, I think they will probably defer to him as the preferred target. That movement was entirely strategic, so we could pop a remake 2 on Jenny before she risks getting double tapped. Alright. That one aims for Shane, and unfortunately that will hit him pretty hard. 12. And we gotta be a little bit mindful of his hit points. I do not want him getting tagged. If we can avoid it. He's got a food pack up here. Which he may or may not actually need. He will only be subject to one possible hit, and yeah, we might just win the battle before he takes that hit. We can also just bolt breath this one so Shane's out of the danger zone. Brian's down there, eating hits. Good. And 3 damage. Okay. Yeah, I actually want him to... I don't want to heal him all the way to full. Because I want him to remain the very, very prime target by being below full health. Yeah, because I know he can take those hits. I should do like 10 or 12 probably. Yeah. Some of it is. Yeah. Yeah, the dark gray is negative defense. Ooh, that one hurt. We got high rolled on that one. I mean, I may actually just have Brian delete that last gun. Since that is the only source of real damage that he's taking. Wait. I do not want... I want to make sure the other robot can still hit Brian, though. So I gotta position a little carefully so that he doesn't try to target the healers instead. I mean, yeah, even I feel like even a couple points of attack and defense actually have a pretty big impact on the final damage calculation in this game. Like 2 or 3 attack power results in more than 2 or 3 damage. Yeah, okay, now that he's not taking the penalty, he takes a crit for 4 instead of a regular hit for 6 or 7. So, yeah, pretty sizable difference there. Shat. Ugh. Oh, it crit. 22. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, that was bad. Da, 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 da. Um... Oh. Dun, da, 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 da. More damage. And... Okay, there we go. Okay, that's what we needed to have happen there. I'm assuming once everybody gets onto the metallic floor, that's when the battle ends. I will. In fact, that's going to be her action right here. She can't do 2, but she can cast... get a heal up on Brian. So she can finally ding 30. 1 XP. She didn't level. Alright, hopefully... Arya moving 2 spaces onto the metal floor triggers the end of the battle. Alright, let's break in. Are you sure this is smart? I mean, aren't they still alive in there? Huh? Are you worried about fighting more enemy soldiers? No. Not exactly. Oh, that! Don't worry, Ein. You won't find any live dragons hereabouts. Mission accomplished. Yeah, I mean, there's one that seemed like maybe like an ailment cure, but there are no ailments in this game that we've ever encountered. There we go. Eris gained her level. And so did Shane. Alright, our ethics meter is still maxed out. So this frozen wasteland is the source of the Empire's cargo dragons? Just 1 remaining. Not that I want to climb aboard, mind you, but I can't help but wonder if it's airworthy. What difference would it make? If any pilots were stationed here who might have been capable of flying us out, they've already beat feet. Yeah, and we don't have any necromancers in our unit, thank goodness. Hey, let me try. Huh? Yeah. If I focus my spiritual energy on these dragon remains, I might be able to convert my thoughts into telekinetic impulses. Telica what? It means she can possibly make it fly. Gulp. Must she? Oh, come on, let me give it a try. Are you sure you'll be safe, Connolly? Oh, sure, I'll be fine. Just stand back a ways, okay? Beryl, Menno, Carsus, Ecto, C. Yes, I believe I can do it. Whoa, Connolly, you are truly amazing. But must we really ride on this thing now? Yes, warp, control dragon. Yeah, this kid is, more than meets the eye. What's the matter, Ein? Don't you trust me? It's not that, Connolly. I just hate flying. Would you rather stay here, miss the Battle of Rey Cabino, and freeze to death on this island? Yeah, I gotcha. Alrighty then. Everyone climb aboard the cargo dragon and let's be off. Hey, Connolly, dear. Are you holding up okay? Don't worry, Pops. Just leave it to me. Hey, look. We can already see Rey Cabino. I can also spot Balformian army troops on the ground. But where is Tolman's outfit? I don't see a whole division marching into a siege line at the north walls of the fortress. Yeah, reborn deity or avatar or some kind of chosen one or something, yeah. Yeah, that is entirely plausible. Kind of reminds me of the kid from Shining Force 3, who is the last of the whatever they were called, the holy people, you know, in that. It appears that Tolman may be running a little behind schedule. Maybe. So what now? It's not like we're inconspicuous up here right above them. Does this mean we start your ingenious pincher mover without them? And do we really need that bunch to grab the space? We've done this alone before, haven't we? Hey, people. What do you want me to do next? What do you mean? Why, start descending, of course. I'm counting on you, Connolly. So do I just tell this cargo dragon to go sit down on that military base over there? Hey, why are you asking him, Connolly? You're the danged pilot, for crying out loud. I said I could maybe fly the dragon, not land it. I forgot that little detail. Hold on tightly, everyone. Looks like our second flight will be another forced landing. Oh shit, here we go again. Hey, Brian. It also looks like Connolly is going to land right on top of the Empire's base. We'll be fine, Ein. Better dive the cargo dragon straight into the compound and... but... that's impossible, isn't it? Hell of a way to kick off a siege, Connolly. Shut up and hang on, Ein. Everyone, here we go. Whee! Well, here's the enemy, right in our laps again. Yeah, anti-air defenses. Yeah, despite all the lasers and whatnot, apparently not. You'd think when Pegasi are a thing, that airs, you know, and you know, dragon carcasses that get reanimated into C-130s. Yeah, you'd think that, like, air superiority would be a thing. And air defense zones would be a thing. Or that major military powers would just have, like, an air force. Even if that was just a bunch of Pegasi. But apparently not. Damn, old man. What in the hell do you call this strategic siege maneuver? How about the swoop tactic that saves Ein from long hikes through heat and cold? What? Where did the Liberation Army come from? Never mind, slaughter them all. In the name of a free Arcadia, fight with all your might. Destroy the invaders. Alright, so I guess this is a kill 'em all mission. We'll just drop a save state there. Yeah, yeah, you know, a lot of problems can be solved with some high-altitude strategic ordnance deployment. You know, like when, at the end of World War II, when the United States had the B-29, there was no air defense system on Earth that could counter it. It was, you know, it flew at such a high altitude for the time. No anti-aircraft guns, no interceptor fighters, nothing could touch it. You know, in the early days of the Cold War, if we had wanted to just nuke Moscow, there is nothing the Russians could have done to stop us. No radar, no early warning systems, no nothing could counter the B-29 at, you know, in 1946. So yeah, had we wanted to just glass the entire Iron Curtain, we could have done that. And, you know, interestingly, Patton actually wanted to keep marching and just go straight from Germany into Russia. He was firmly of the opinion that, well, A, he predicted that the Cold War was going to happen, and actually predicted it, like, very, like, spookily accurately. And he was of the opinion that, you know, in 46, we had the technological advantage and the fighting spirit to just march into Moscow and demolish the Russians right then. And he warned that by about 1950 to 52, the Russians would catch up and we'd be stuck in an eternal stalemate. Mm-hmm. Which, yeah, consider, yeah, Russia's first successful nuclear test was August 29th, 1949. Patton was pretty much spot on. With the timing. Because, yeah, at, you know, in 46, the Red Army was heavily depleted due to the catastrophic casualties they incurred at places like Stalingrad, Kursk, and then ultimately marching into Berlin. So Russia was really in no position to keep fighting at that point. Not to mention, they didn't have nukes yet, and we did. Though considering the decision was made to not turn Southeast Asia into, quote, a sea of nuclear blue cobalt, it is entirely likely that the Americans actively did not want to drop more nukes. Will Arya get targeted? I don't think so. Not with Brian right there. Jetta's right there and injured. So I think Arya can step up here and drop a remake 2 on Chris safely. Bonk. No big deal. But we do need to delete the other Pegasus before he takes a turn. Yeah, they're really dogpiling Jetta, which is fine. He can take it. So better to be, dogpiling him than somebody less sturdy. So the other spells we have Turn Undead, Uncurse, and Repair, which we've never had a use for either of these spells, because nothing has ever cursed us, and I have no... and, like, items don't break, or... I don't know, maybe there are robot characters that, like, regular heal spells don't work on, and you have to use repair spells? Maybe? Like, we know what Turn Undead does. That deletes undead enemies. Video with Trump AI voice. Let's see. Oh, is that the one, Oh, God. From, Asmongold. Yeah, let me, Jesus. You know, all right, that's what generative AI is for right there. That and AI sponge. Uh, though, you know, it definitely says something about the state of television when a lot of shows on TV are just so badly written for real that you couldn't tell really if an episode was written by humans or ChatGPT. Also, semi-related, How Money Works, which is a great YouTube channel, by the way, and I highly recommend it just in general. They put out a great video today about the shenanigans going on with Oracle. Uh, that caused Oracle to have a one-day jump in market cap that was more than the total market cap of a lot of other big tech companies. Now with grid suggestions, I mean, like, does the grid even matter? Like, like just push buttons. Damage just happens. I'm gonna send Moranius up here to try to draw some fire. He's down 2 HP already, so hopefully that'll attract the attention of the guns up here. So, I guess, yeah, it's going to be mostly recommending weapons that give plus charge bar on charge attack. Wind Exo records for Guild Wars. Yeah, we only know about Dead Barrage. I mean, the schedule's pretty tight already between now and then, isn't it? Because we got main story, yeah, Dead Barrage in a week, main story 2 weeks after that, Versusia shortly after that, probably the very end of the month, and then Ava collab at the beginning of November. So, yeah, cause like, wait, when is Guild Wars supposed to be next? It's like November, isn't it? Yeah, November 21st. That'll basically be shortly after the Ava collab, because collabs usually run for 2 weeks, right? So, Ava collab would probably run from the 5th to the 19th. Yeah, which makes sense. Then there's like a 2-day buffer, and then Guild Wars. Oh, and we also have a DOS, or a rerun of End of the DOS. So that's basically October and November already accounted for, so I don't think so. And yeah, and with the, I can't imagine, because we also need to have some kind of end of, well, actually, theoretically we should have some end of month event and something for Halloween in there also, right? Although actually Halloween has just been like mini events recently, so maybe that won't really be much of a thing. But yeah, the schedule looks pretty packed for the next 6 weeks. So I don't think we're gonna, unless they have something to coincide with the collab. There should at least be some like daily draws and like, you know, normal AP instead of double AP stuff going on. Probably nothing too major though. Alrighty, we got all this going on here. Jetta. Let's see, we got this idiot right here. Jetta, honestly. Oh, actually, how much? Oh, yeah, he's fine. Yeah, nobody's in imminent danger. So yeah, we'll just delete these idiots. And yeah, 39 million accounts. I think we'll do something actually kind of special for 40 million. Whenever that happens, which we might actually jump straight into like 40 million over the Ava event. So we might get like 39 million during Ava and then like 40 million right after it. Just to keep the normal AP fest going instead of lapsing into double AP again. Because nobody likes double AP. Not to mention, we get our final Zodiac at the end of December, so that'll be a thing. And newest account by number as of right now, 39.1. Okay, yeah, we'll almost certainly hit 40 million during the Ava collab then. Actually, I gotta check if that guy on my friends list is still still playing. Oh, I think he is not. Also, wow, my friends list is at 100 out of 100 now. Crap. Well, this guy I can actually unfriend, I guess. Yeah, I've got a... That is the lowest ID number on my friends list. 53,807. Guy is an actual OG. Actually started the game on day one. Like hour one. But he has not logged in 88 days. So, I think he's done. There's another fella here. What's his ID? Oh, yeah. There's another guy, just barely over the 10 million mark. So he started like a couple days before I did. Who's been on... I think he's actually my longest standing friends list member. I think was actually the first person to ever be on my friends list, and he is still playing. Da, 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 da. And, oh, yeah, actually, another one of my really old friends list guys with a 15 million ID. He has not logged in 144 days. This guy's been on my friends list for like a decade. I don't want to unfriend him. even if he has, like, completely quit. Though, I see a few other people here that haven't logged in like, a month or more that I actually don't mind unfriending. But, oh well. No, that's, Oh, and Vern just came back from his adventure. Let's see here. We can just move everybody up here. Lowest number on your friends list is 6-digit. Nice. And adventure success. Oh, and alright, Vern just hit level 30, so we can go to Nala Grande. Okay. Where we can get the Reinhardt's eye patch as an item. Okay. We're actually still missing a few other. I have not found the albacore hood yet. I have not found the Agastia simulacrum yet. I'm missing a bunch of the early items, actually. Alright, Jetta took a bunch more damage. Whoop. Bad level up there, but I mean, he's already far and away my highest statted character, so it doesn't matter. He can have a bad level or two, and it doesn't matter. Mission accomplished. Alright. Nice chunk of money. And 35 XP across the board. Very nice. And just enough for Jenny to level up. Very nice. Yes, civilian. Yet she has 66 MP at level 32. Right, right. Freed up 3 slots. Yeah, I'm gonna have to purge my list a bit. We found a Chrome Lance. Oh boy. As if we couldn't have bought those like 4 or 5 chapters ago. A Rip Howling, alright. A Trident, okay, again, we can just buy those. A Rear Valiant, okay, I don't know what that is. Survival Pack, okay, that's the next tier of healing item, I guess. Oh, straight into the next battle, alright. Are you the rebels who've gone on a rampage and seized half the Empire's bases? Yes. What if we are, stump dick? Well, you misfits may have it in your heads that Guerrilla Unit 3 is something mighty special. But your Liberation Army is nothing, and the Republic of Arcadia doesn't even exist. So, my troops will erase you from the surface of Mildred Scars. This room will be your graveyard. Tolman and his reinforcements should be arriving in Rey Cabino any moment, so... Do you believe we can hold these enemies at bay until then, Brian and Nine? No problem, Commander. Does a two-headed hellhound blow methane gas in a thicket full of ripe Casquito nuts? Does it? Alright, fight until Tolman's unit arrives. Okay. And, alright, so we need combat stats to, get Nalagrand. So I guess we'll, put Ursula on there. Probably need Cuta for... actually we need Perception, which I think is Joy's stat, yeah. Okay. We need a bunch of combat bonuses. Da, 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 da. Still, we need some, like, plus perception. We need kind of more everything, but, now if we find the... If we find the hat, then nothing else will matter. Alright. Highlight of your friends list. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? This is Tummy. Keck. Did I send you, I think I sent you the cock and ball torture thing I saw on my raid list from the other day. Maybe not. Alright, we got some, 64 attack. But yeah, I always see people with names like, you know, Near's Toes, or, or, you know, something like that. The Indira's thighs. Whoa. Though, you know, Indira is so svelte. You know, she's really more about the thigh gap than the thighs themselves. You know, Tico, she is not. just gotta hold out here for a little while. Got a new tier of mage. Oof. Packing a lot of MP. So they can drop some big bombs. So we should probably be very particular about our spacing. And maybe try to be a little further apart. Because we'll probably have to deal with some Bolt 2 range spells. So we don't want to have people only be diagonal from each other. They need to be 3 spaces out. And the... also, I need to actually drop a save state. Because we didn't get to save once again. And we are going to start getting blasted on the next turn. Alright, we'll let Jenny soak up a turn. First mage comes in. Oh yeah, called it. Bolt 2 range. Alright, it's just Gaia. This probably... I don't know. This was a 30 MP version of Gaia. 12 damage. Who cares? Irrelevant. Another 12 damage, whatever. I want the third mage to go before I really take any serious action. There is also the consideration. There's one more mage still that needs to go. We'll have Shane waste a turn. And Chris can waste a turn. There we go. Okay. He went. So now we can safely drop a heal. Alright, yeah, we should have no trouble just deleting these mages out of existence. 95 XP for that. Holy moly. Bonk. Goodly amount of XP just for wounding it. Alright, and Jetta can take the kill shot. Yeah, these Faldo mages are just XP bonanzas. 70 XP for the follow-up kill. And there we go. That's the end of the battle anyway. Mission accomplished. Another $1,000 that we may or may not have the ability to spend anytime soon. And 35 XP across the board. And some free healer levels, always nice. Alright, and still maximum ethics. Hell yeah. Oh, all these boxes are empty. That's no fun. Yeah, still nothing over here. That is just a little treasure room. Seems like we may actually just be done here. I guess we just need to head back out to the world map, it seems. Oh, Commodore. I'm afraid I have terrible news. Our naval facility at Re Cabino has been overrun by the Arcadian Liberation Army. Guerrilla Unit 3? Yes, and they also overwhelmed our Lagoris Island cargo dragon base as well. That mob does keep advancing, it seems. I don't know what to tell you. It's obvious, don't you think? Their next target will be my castle. What should I do, sir? Upstarts. Shall I mount a counterattack? No. Leave them alone for now. I will let them play into our hands. This will save us both time and energy. Just maintain tight surveillance on them and keep me apprised of their movements at all times. Yes, sir. Count on me. Ooh, there's actually a town coming up. Or at least the army camp. We'll get a cutscene or something probably there as we, Let me also drop a quick save state here. Congratulations for capturing the cargo dragon production facility on Lagoris Island and the entire Re Cabino naval base complex and its citadel. That was a tough squad inside the inner citadel, Tolman. Glad you finally made it. Phew. Yeah, along the way we encountered stiffer resistance than we were anticipating. He said stuff. Many of our troops are newly recruited and only marginally trained, you know? So what are you going to do now? Setting up detachments to commence Arcadian operations at our new base in Re Cabino. And of course, arranging transportation for security forces and cargo dragon specialists. We can hardly wait to take advantage of the treasure trove of fossils on Lagoris Island. In sum, the completion of your missions represents a giant step forward in our movement. Not to rain on your parade, Tolman, but it seems the rest of the army only mops up. That's their job, Ein. Would you prefer to mop up and send those kids into our action? Well, try to be proud of your many victories over the invaders and their collaborators. And now, this base is at your disposal for planning and executing your next mission. My first order is for Guerrilla Unit 3 to enjoy a bit of R&R at this camp. Yes, team, and whenever you're ready, stand by for further orders. These are B-gyros, used for assaults on targets in this region only. Speak to Tolman if you wish to fly them on a mission. Nearly all of the Scudelian Peninsula to the north of us is controlled by our army. However, the 4 Commodores still remain at large. As long as the Empire's senior staff is in command, victory will be far from assured. Well, it's come down to the final critical surge to break the evil Empire's backbone. It's about damn time. Hey, it's been a while. Seeing all of you again is sort of like coming home. I've missed you. I wish I had time to hear about your recent exploits firsthand, but time is of the essence. If we hope to confront Cobalt, we must first complete several huge tasks. You're talking about neutralizing the 4 Commodores, of course. Decidedly that, but I'm afraid that something else has reared its ugly head. Brian, I know you are well acquainted with a Balformian captain by the name of Tusk. Yes, he was once my dearest friend in both childhood and during the Millennium War. But something changed. You've changed too. But from the viewpoint of freedom-loving Arcadians, for the better. Anyway, I'm sure you also recall your campaigns in regions where a special sword came into play. Yeah, I remember the Executor, that amazing sword that Tusk stole from the Skulled Temple. Tusk almost killed everyone in his pagan goddess shrine near our Flats Metro headquarters. It looked like a plain sword, but as the Pope said, it may have been crafted by an evil being. Your memory is as vivid as mine, and somehow, I know our fates are intertwined with yours. Not to mention Tusk and that all-powerful Sword of the Four Sages, an instrument of terror, and possibly even a gateway to the ultimate destruction of all lifeforms on Mildred Scars. So I want you to remain ever vigilant to the fact that Cobalt has issued a special order. Whatever those instructions entail, they may involve your old friend Tusk and the Executor. Meanwhile, switching gears, concerning your next assignment, Rasetsu, one of the 4 Commodores, resides in a castle to the east of this base. Master Andera himself, from his bell-clad seat of government, has dispatched your official orders. You are to mount an offensive against Rasetsu for the purpose of neutralizing his power base. Here it comes, finally. Yeah, finally. Our B-Gyros are at your disposal, Guerrilla Unit 3. It's your option, should you prefer to swoop straight into that infernal castle. Or if you wish, you may proceed overland and approach your quarry from ground level. The choice is yours. Old man, Commander Kome, you will be coming along for the ride, right? Unfortunately, Ein, Headquarters has ordered me to embark on another assignment. All of Arcadia will be counting on Brian, you, and the others to complete this mission. None of our regular units in the Liberation Army could ever top Rasetsu's Hound Army in combat. I want you to promise me you will blast the paws off those perfidious hound dogs. Consider it done, Chief. To that, I add a corny ditto. Keep the women hot and the beer cold. Well, the airborne assault seems like the logically better choice. Despite the incredible advances of the Liberation Army into much of Arcadia, the toughest challenges still lie ahead. Everything we do stems from your successes, and almost everyone who knows the truth is appreciative of your role, so good luck. Master Andera gave a speech once that inspired me to join the Liberation Army. Almost everyone. Yeah, who hates us? Well, clearly they hate us because they ain't us, right? He spoke of the Guerrilla unit that invaded Gilmore Island and convinced him to lead us. It's a real pleasure to meet you people in person. Whoa, it's the Guerrilla unit. Sorry, folks, but I don't have many supplies right now. Unlike the Unlike the wealthy empire, our government seems to be short of funds all the time. That's because the Liberation Army doesn't steal from people. Yeah, we only steal from non-people. Now, let's see. I have 8 food packs and 3 antidotes. That's everything. You're carrying the brunt of the fighting, so go ahead. Take all of it. I'll have these items delivered to your supply clerk. Oh, and I also have some short swords on hand. You want those too? Nah, at this point, short swords are pretty much useless to us. Give them to the raw recruits. That's what I figured. Thanks, pal. Anytime. Give them hell. Yeah, alrighty. Well, I think it's a little after 10. I think we're gonna cut it there for the night. And we will pick this up tomorrow. This seems like as good a stopping point as any for now. So, hey, I can almost kind of get to bed at a decent hour for once. Instead of being up till, midnight. So, yeah, that's a first. So, yeah, let's, yeah. I guess we'll hop on these bugs tomorrow and go launch an aerial assault. That'll be fun. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name is Tim. We'll pick this up again tomorrow, or for VOD viewers, at the speed of VODs. So, we'll see you then. Good night.